Welcome to everyone to another segment of contemplative aromatherapy for transforming consciousness. And in our episode today, we're going to be studying Helichrysum essential oil for enhancing dreams and resolving emotional trauma. Now, there's some major similarities and some differences between using herbs for therapeutic benefits and using essential oils and aromatherapy. One of the most obvious things we can see right away is that we tend to use the herbs internally, orally, through the digestive system, which means that we have to process them through our digestive organs and through metabolism, whereas using essential oils in a contemplative way or aromatherapy in general, we are taking in, administering the compounds of the plants through the olfactory system, which means that they are going into the brain and the respiratory system primarily. Now, one of the things that this means is that essential oils and aromatherapy can be very highly subjective in certain areas where we are thinking of using them for therapeutic benefits. Essential oils in general are well known as having strong antimicrobial functions. And this is a subjective, this is an objective finding. If you put essential oils in a petri dish to counteract strains of microbes, you will see an objective result of the oil having an antimicrobial function. But on the other hand, if you breathe in lavender oil, it may or may not be relaxing because that's a subjective effect. And so there's a lot of studies that show that massage with lavender aromatherapy oil is very relaxing. But the question is always there in the studies, is it the lavender oil that's relaxing or is it the massage that's relaxing? Because essential oils are very subjective in this way, it's very hard to predict a lot of times. And this is one of the weaknesses of the modern internet medicine side of aromatherapy, we could say, which is that many claims are being made about essential oils, doing this and doing that. And once we understand that, okay, some of this is objective and we can see it over and over again, but a lot of it is subjective, that means that many claims about essential oils are individual in how people are going to react. So this is just a quick overview to let you know why we're talking about Helichrysum oil, because Helichrysum has both very significant objective findings and also some very interesting subjective findings. Now, the objective findings are that Helichrysum is renowned as one of the world's best oils, almost miraculous actually, for healing trauma and wounds physically. That means lacerations and bruises and soft tissue injuries and so forth, pain from injury and pain from inflammation. So it is one of the best essential oils that has objective findings as well as scientific research and documentation that it is one of the most miraculous wound healing oils that we have. But it also has a very interesting reputation among the harvesters of the plant and the distillers and French aromatherapists as having very mystical qualities. Now, if we're talking about mystical qualities, we're talking about subjective, because mystical qualities are not things that are particularly easy to have a double-blind placebo-controlled study about. So the harvesters and the distillers claim that Helichrysum oil can produce a dreamlike, euphoric state. Others claim that it can help to resolve stored traumatic memories in the subconscious mind. And others claim that it can help to activate healing dreams. And others claim that it can help us on our life path by removing obstacles, both externally and internally. Now, obviously, these are all subjective experiences, which means that If I say, well, it's going to do this, maybe it will and maybe it won't. But I have also heard these kind of things from people, and I've experienced some of them myself. So it makes perfect sense, actually, that if this oil is the number one oil for healing trauma physically, and there is empirical and scientific evidence proving this, not just proving it, but telling us how it does that also. It also makes sense that at an energetic level, that it could work in the mind and the psyche for also resolving trauma and pain. So let's do a little contemplative aromatherapy, and I'm going to invite you to just try this based on what I have heard from a lot of different people. And it's a very subjective experience, and I'm going to invite you to comment on the post below if you would like. So Helichrysum is a very, very safe oil. We can put it directly on the skin, undiluted. That's how it's used a lot for trauma, bruising, and so forth. And of course, it goes into lots of preparations for skincare and also for pain applications, numerous applications. So you can either just inhale it directly from the bottle, or you can put it on a perfume strip, or you can just put it directly on the fingertips. Many essential oils are simply too strong to inhale repeatedly for an extended period of time, but Helichrysum is actually one of the best oils for using in a meditative way for many inhalations. And some of the aromatherapists that I have talked to in Corsica claim that they will spend a lot of time breathing this oil for an extended period of time to study it. And this is relatively safe compared to oils like the spice oils like cinnamon or rosemary that can create intense stimulation of the cerebral circulation even after just a couple inhalations. So this is very safe to do for contemplative aromatherapy. It's very simple. Again, all we are doing is just inhaling the oil, but we are paying attention to certain qualities. So this is how I would do it. I would just inhale the oil. And I would focus on the feeling of the oil going into the mind, into the brain, into the heart, and contacting the subconscious mind. And I would think about those comments, the mystical dimensions of what is said about this oil. Is it true? I don't know. I'm just going to try it. And so as I inhale, I am thinking about, I would like to find out tonight if doing this exercise actually influences my dreams. And so in that way, I am linking my intention and my attention to the fragrance. So again, the obvious question will come. Is it the oil, or is it the intention, or is it the attention? And in a certain way, it doesn't matter. The oil can help us. It's beneficial. It's not going to hurt us. Maybe inhaling the oil will actually support that process. And using it mindfully with intention can enhance what the oil offers us. So again, I'm just inhaling. And as I'm inhaling, I am wondering, I'm asking the question, what is it that the distillers are talking about? I smell this beautiful fragrance. It reminds me of the flowers. I feel relaxation coming in my body and mind. And I can sense that that relaxation could actually reach deeply enough into the psyche that parts of myself that are storing tension might be made more comfortable, might be benefited, might receive some healing. So again, This is not an objective practice. This is very much, maybe this oil has some spiritual dimensions. Maybe if we use this oil mindfully, and especially with intention, maybe it can help us in this particular way. So this is a beautiful oil. I hope that you have enjoyed this simple presentation, sharing with you some of the information that I have heard along the way, personal testimonials from people who are very closely connected to the plants and to the oil. So thank you for joining me, and as always, you will see at the bottom of the page that there is a discount code if you would like to try this yourself. We have several different types of Helichrysum. My favorite, and the one that has the reputation of having the strongest qualities of doing this kind of healing work for us energetically in our mind and emotions, is the wild Corsican Helichrysum. And it seems that the wild Corsican Helichrysum has a unique kind of spirit that is not found in the cultivated types. However, it is Helichrysum, and I am sure that all of the oils have some healing benefit at the energetic level, since they all have such a profound healing benefit physically. So, thank you again.